Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Challenger approaching to start your fine Friday evening. Ooh, I just got a gift sub. That's what we in the business call Pog Champion. My name is Adef, and believe it or not, we are coming up on the 3-year anniversary of Challenger approaching. We'll get some special planned for next month, but for right now, we have a very good friend of mine on the show showing off a game I have been loving for the past couple months. We have Captain Domo playing Liza P. Domo, how are you?
I'm chilling, man. Thanks for asking. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You know, who are you? Why do we care? What's going on?
You don't have to care. Pretty much I am a Soul streamer, so from Soft Games. I kind of got my startings in Dark Souls 3 all bosses speedrunning. And fell into the Elden Ring grind like a lot of other people. Run bingo brawlers. For anyone that does watch bingo content, I do run like a league for streamers to face off against each other. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do a lot of challenge runs.
Nice. And tell us a little bit about the run we are going to see today.
Yeah, so we're playing Liza P. We're going to be doing it. I'm going to do as many bosses as possible, so it's not technically any percent. But we're going to be doing advance only, which means we only level the advanced stat and nothing else. So no health, no stamina, just advance to showcase
Very nice.
Different elemental weapons.
Well, whenever you're ready, go ahead and give a countdown and let's do this thing.
Sure. Start like an odd number, like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go.
Wow, we threw in a little foreign language there.
Hey, you know,
For
you
one
gotta,
number. For one number.
I gotta be bilingual sometimes. I gotta show off.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Absolutely.
You like that video?
I love that video, man.
Yeah, I also love that video. I feel like people these days might not know it, but
I got some books here. My nice little garage. We're going to be using the left arm steel there for a quick moment, by the way, so that we can move forward a little bit faster, because we do walk very slow. Nice little NPC walk until you pick up Gemini here.
it's an interesting thing. In like a lot of modern AAA games, there will be these like forced walk segments where there is something you can do to speed it up a little bit, and frequently it is punching.
Yeah. That's like the only thing that like shifts you forward. But also, I don't know why they always force the NPC walk onto you. Like just let me run. It's okay. Like I don't have to soak in the whole train.
Yeah, this was an interesting choice, especially given that the rest of the game is so fast.
Yeah. So by the way, since we're doing advance only, I'll be going with the motivity class here because that has the highest health stat. So since I'm not leveling health at all, I do want, as much health as possible to start off with.
Fair.
Make it a little bit easier on myself. And we're going to exit the train here. Check out Trot Station. Also, I did turn off voices, by the way, because Gemini is not fun to listen to. So, sorry, all Gemini enjoyers. Grab my healing here real quick. You played through this whole game, right, Ada?
I have, and I almost beat New Game Plus, but then other games came out.
Fair.
I loved this game. I was so shocked. I was not going to buy it, and then did a little sponsored segment expecting to think it was fine, and then I couldn't stop playing it.
Yeah. I played the demo, and I actually hated the game. I was very angry at the game at the time because of a lot of the hitboxes being really weird. And there used to be like a lot of things where if you tried to dodge in boss fights, you would get stuck on the bosses themselves, and that is never a fun thing. So I had a really, really hard time with it. Especially if you play a lot of Souls games, dodging and dashing is the way to go. But in this case, it's parrying in this game instead. I'm gonna go ahead and kill these, by the way, just to make it a little bit less annoying when I fight against the mini boss here, the good old guard.
I will say that there are still in both of my playthroughs a few little things that I don't love, but the fact that this was made by a smaller studio is so incredible to me.
Yeah.
I just kept being so surprised at how good it was.
Yeah, for a Souls-like, I do think it is one of the best Souls-like currently in existence, for sure.
I agree. I think this game could go toe-to-toe with some FromSoft titles.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's not giving me the good old window that I need. Here we go. There we go. Nice little stagger. And compared to like other Souls games, though, I do have to say that this has a very nice stagger window that you don't get from other games. Like, they stand there for a very, very long time.
Not every boss, but like I think a good chunk of them. Or maybe it's the same for everybody. Frankly, I don't know.
That's all good.
There is the P organ level up where you can make it even longer.
Yeah, twice, which is insane. And they literally just sit there. But the interesting thing is that if you do deal too much damage when they're staggered and not go for the repose, they do wake up after a specific amount of damage. So you can't just like abuse it fully. You do at some point hit a threshold where they just instantly wake up from that instead. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and level here real quick. Some advance. We get our first.
You're gonna do advance.
Yes. it do be an advance only run. We get our first advanced weapon after or right before Donkey, I should say. It's the electric coil. It's a really, really good weapon, by the way. It has electric damage. And there's 3 different like enemy types, by the way, in the game. You know, there's puppets, there is humans, and then there's carcasses. And so puppets are weak to electric, humans are weak to acid, and then carcasses are weak to fire. So we just pretty much play around with those 3 elements and deal the most damage with advance. Oh,
yeah. So the various stats in this game are pretty much one-to-ones for the most part, with not all of them, but a good chunk of them with stats you would see in a more common FromSoft Souls game.
Yeah.
But advance is sort of like the correlation to magic, insofar as what this game has for magic, meaning just weapons that deal like elemental damage.
Yeah, it's kind of like the arcane stat in Elden Ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully this guy doesn't come too close. I can actually sit here. Nope, he's being mean. Okay. That is fine. There we go. I just want to sit down. Is there a Souls game or a Souls-like that you would like in a different setting? We get a lot of medieval fantasy. We get a lot of like, steampunk-ish, but like a desert-style one would be something I would like to see. Like just full on.
I was about to say like
Persia,
like ancient Egypt or something could be cool.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would love a Souls game set in like the modern day. But somehow like guns are still not the main thing.
Oh yeah. So kind of like I don't know, I guess kind of like Attack on Titan, where it's like futuristic, but it's not. There aren't really. Does Attack on Titan have guns?
I would love there to be like buildings and stuff, like skyscrapers and like big cityscapes. I think could be so cool. Maybe like a post-apocalyptic setting would be good. Like a Last of Us type setting, but it's a Souls-like.
I'll see if I can get a stagger here. I should be close. Okay, I don't know how that hit me, but he's cheating.
He's cheating. He turned on the lag switch.
Yeah. There it is. Nice little stagger. And I'm going to go for another charge dart too here because I got the time. Go for the riposte. We're going to go into a bit of a phase 2 here where he slams down his cage. So we're going to try and hug up behind him a little bit so we don't get hit by that. I'm just going to build up a little bit of poise damage while we can. Oh. And this was like definitely one of the fights where I got a little frustrated in the demo because you would get stuck in between his legs. So you couldn't dash side to side. You'd literally just be stuck there. And that's a little, annoying. Also, one nice thing that we will get later on is Rising Dodge, which is something pretty much you get to wake up from the ground rather than just laying there like a pancake for a long time, which sadly isn't part of the base game, but will be actually in the newest update. They just announced that they are adding that now as a basic upgrade.
I will say one of my biggest complaints with this game, and I think this boss has 1 or 2 attacks that are a little subject to this. I don't love how like some of the attacks have super long windups and then like no clear indication of when the attack is coming.
Yeah. I gotta be a little careful here, but sometimes it goes for like a lot of wild flurries. Oh, that's not good. All right, I gotta clutch this. Clutch or kick. There we go. Baby game for babies, as they say.
Yeah, baby game for babies, and the baby's name is Domo.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude.
There we go. We got a little quartz there. We're gonna grab a moonstone, hidden moonstone upstairs. It's gonna be next to the well, and then we have to lie for the first time. Are you a liar, Adolf?
I'd like to think of myself as a truther. Oh God, that sounds awful.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's not what I meant.
Wait, hold on a second. You'll back it up.
Wait. Let's go back.
Would you like to elaborate on that for a moment?
Yeah, I meant that I don't like to lie.
Yeah. That's fair.
I think in general, lying is a not very epic way to live one's life.
So we gotta lie here and say we're a human, otherwise we don't get to be in the hotel. You know, people said. So we are a human now.
Where was Pinocchio on January 6th?
Oh
my God. No, I did lie a lot in this game though, because like the lying options felt like they were the correct choice for like almost every progression beat in the game.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know. I felt myself very few opportunities did tell like for the for like the Riddler guy or whatever. What's he called? The Riddle boy?
I don't rember, but I know
you know
what
I'm
saying.
talking about.
Yeah.
Don't you have to like lie in order to get those correct?
No, not necessarily. Those are just actual riddles that you can, that, I don't know, they're real riddles, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
no,
there's
I agree,
actual
but
answers
like,
to them. But
when you answer them, it has the same effect, I think, as to when you lie. It like, I don't know. Maybe I'm completely pulling this out of my butt. I don't know.
No, you're good. Also, just a quick thing. Actually, I found this in my first playthrough unintentionally, but if you get the stuff here from good old Mima, you can actually go ahead and show off your clothes. Be like, yo, check this out, Mima. And she gives you money, which is kind of cool. And then she's like, hey, you kind of remind me of someone. I was like, yeah, that's cool. All right, I'll catch you later. So we'll go ahead. We'll level some more advance. Yeah, I genuinely, in my first playthrough, I was just goofing around, you know? I'm like, hey, check this out. And then she actually gave me money for it. And then that was a great start to using more emotes on like different characters and see what happens.
Are there more opportunities to use emotes on characters and get stuff?
Yeah, there's a very specific NPC actually, which is it's like a broken puppet later on in the swamp, where like you teach them like different emotions, like happy and sad.
But he
and angry.
he prompts you to do it.
Yeah. I think there's a couple more where you can use emotes, but I haven't found all of them or know about all of them. But there's definitely like a cool portion, you know.
Yeah.
All right, then we go on to the next section. Actually, I'm going to sit down real quick just so I can get my weapon sharpness. But I can just sharpen it on the way. Whatever. Doesn't matter. This is why I'm not a speedrunner, ADF. I can't make my mind up. You know, I keep pivoting between two different things. All right, we got our puppet string here now. This is like an extra utility thing on our left arm. We later on are going to get the Fulminus or Fulmanus, and then also some other elemental stuff. So fire, lightning, and acid arms we get later on, which are really, really useful. But right now we just have puppet string, which doesn't really do much. We just pull like enemies towards us.
Man, I had such a good time with this game.
Yeah, I did too. Did you have a favorite boss?
Oh, that's a great question. I can tell you who it's not.
And
Romeo should be removed from the game.
Really? You think so?
No, it was fine. I don't know. The fact that he goes from like a 3-piece combo to like a 10-piece with like no different wind-up and like that flame scythe, not a fan. I thought actually the like gang fights were actually like far better than a lot of Souls gang fights. I still didn't love them, but I thought they were executed a little better.
That's fair. That is fair. I would agree with that.
Oh, you know who I really like is the police guard guy at the beginning, the like first big boss.
Yeah, Watchman.
I think that's a tremendous early Souls boss.
No, I agree. That's a very good design overall. And I think also kind of like sets the tone for the rest of the game.
I agree. And also, I think it's a testament to how good his moveset is that they reuse a bunch of his attacks on like 4 more bosses.
Yep. Did I not open it? Oh, my lord. All right. I don't even know what's in that box, to be honest. I just wanted to check. Because it might be a weapon that I actually like.
Get out of there.
I'm rolling. I was like, hey, I forgot what was in there. But you know what? Who cares? I'm just going to keep on going. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. I will say the lightning lady is a very cool boss.
Laxatia. Yeah, I think that's like the crowd favorite, I would say, for sure.
I liked Laxatia. I liked Manus more than other people. I didn't hate that boss much. And then Nameless Puppet had some really cool moments. Could do without the second phase, but cool boss. What about you, Domo?
I definitely was and still am a Simon Manus hater, I would say.
You and Aggie both hate that boss.
Dude, it's because like some of his moves are so they're not, I wouldn't say necessarily they're programmed incorrectly. They trigger faster than what they look like they would. There's a backhand that he does where it's actually his elbow that is hitting you rather than...
He has one or two attacks. That attack where he like rolls and then swings on the backswing is awful. And then obviously there's the huge problem that so many bosses in this game have where the camera completely misses him when he jumps in the air and you just have to guess when to time. Those are so inexcusable in my opinion.
Very frustrating bosses for sure.
Yeah, I don't like that. What's your favorite boss?
Favorite boss is probably going to be a Nameless Puppet and Champion Victor. Those are my 2 favorite.
Champion Victor was cool and I like Nameless Puppet a lot.
Yeah, Champion Victor because like it genuinely, I'm gonna wait for this guy. Genuinely fighting Champion Victor is like fighting a Street Fight character in a Souls game. You know, it's like I don't know, you have like the whole mechanic of like a Street Fighter character, but you're allowed to like parry him. And that's like that's what I really like. All right, I gotta run away here real quick. I'm gonna be a little bit of a weenie and just run around the corner here real quick to de-aggro. The merchant back there that we just ran past has the electric coil that we're looking for. But I'm gonna go ahead and just come back to that later when I get the shortcut. We're gonna grab this though, because I do need this. Also, one thing I'm really happy about, by the way, is that they did patch the butterflies. They were like twice as tanky as that when the game released.
Yeah, dude, the orange ones towards the late game, I was like, bro, I don't even want to fight them. It's so boring.
Just full-on tanks. They just sit there forever. It's actually nuts. But we're almost at the second fight already, which is really nice. This guy's going to pop out here. Hello. Excuse me. And we're going to go into the elevator. And I'll catch you guys later. Oh. Stream's being a little weird. Is it good on your end?
It seems to have smoothed out now.
Okay. Yeah, computer's freaking out a little bit here. Can you go away, please? I'd like to use the elevator if possible. If possible. He's just... Okay, he's being rude. I have to get rid of this guy real quick. There we go. All right, now I should be able to go. How's it looking?
Here, why don't you stop streaming on Discord?
There are some skipped frames on my end. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Hold on. Even my Discord's freezing. That. Yeah, I'm paused. Yep. Yeah, now it's fine on my end.
Hold tight here. Can they hear me, Ray? Hold tight, everybody. We're just having some brief technical difficulties. We're going to figure it out. We are on it. We are fixing it. It is being fixed. Things are being fixed.
How are we looking?
And don't worry about going back live on Discord. You're good, Domo. I've got a way to see you.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, cool. Yeah. I think just like multi streaming kind of messed with my computer there. Sorry.
You're good.
But yeah, so we're just gonna talk to this guy real quick, and he sells the electric coil. That's more expensive than I thought. So we're gonna go ahead and pop some money real quick. And then we should be able. Nope, never mind. That's not enough. I'll just use all of it. Whatever. And let's go ahead and we get our first advanced weapon. So that's as you can see, the scaling. There is a B scaling for advance. And then we also get basic electric already on the actual auto attacks. And there's weapon arts. So this game is a little bit unique, by the way, where it has a weapon art on both the blade and the handle, not just the weapon as a whole. And so the blade weapon art is you get to increase the electric buildup on enemies, and then the handle you get to do like a really cool front flip into a down smash to activate stagger bars. So it's a really good weapon. You could easily do a full playthrough with just the electric coil on its own. That's how good it is. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade it real quick right before we fight Donkey. All right, and boom. Oh, and we're poor by 3 ergo. Okay, I'm just gonna use this. That's fine. We're gonna use the boss soul because I don't need that anyways. We'll be using the other boss souls. There we go. Nice. So the really cool thing, by the way, for anyone that is starting to play this game and you're like, hey, I just died and I don't have any Fable bars, just walk out here. Go into this training area. Boom. You have full Fable bars. Now you can go back to your boss fight. And you don't have to charge it up. You don't have to use Fable catalysts. You can just go ahead and charge up here for free. But the really cool attack that I'm talking about, by the way, is that right there. That rush smash is really good for proccing those stagger bars because it pushes you forward. And a lot of the other attacks, for example, the charged R2s kind of keep you in that same position, and bosses can easily just back off, and then you miss out on that stagger proc, which is very frustrating. The rush smash is really nice. This is probably my least favorite NPC fight, by the way.
The donkey?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah. I will say that I prefer backstabs in other games. I don't like how you have to be like literally behind them and they're not moving in order to get a backstab. Yeah. And it's kind of frustrating sometimes. Very. I forgot to level this one back here, by the way. But yeah, Donkey's got some weird backstab windows too. Like you don't really stand fully behind him, but like over his shoulder kind of. So that's a little frustrating. But honestly, that's been kind of the same thing with a lot of Souls games. If you think about like Sister Frida in Dark Souls 3, the DLC, a lot of her attacks, when you try to go for a backstab, it's actually over her like left or right shoulder, where you go for the riposte and not for the full on like actually like right behind her kind of a thing. Now that's a boss that does not need to be 3 phases. I don't know. I don't mind the 3 phases on that one. It's kind of makes sense. I liked it, to be honest. Maybe it's just because I'm a baby, but that one was hard for me. That one took a while. No, it's definitely a very, very hard fight. I agree. I'm definitely not saying it's easy. One bit. Here we go, opening up the door. And we got Donkey yelling at Geppetto. A little bit of foreshadowing that Geppetto is actually not a cool guy. And also a bad dad. Oh, didn't get the backstab there. That should be fine. Should get the
That's where I like this. This is where the backstab windows are a little tricky on this guy, where you get behind him, but it just isn't enough. There it is.
I was so frustrated by the backstabs in this fight, and on any of the NPC fights in general. Honestly.
Yeah. But if you do get them, it's nice, especially when he does that overhead stuff. It makes it a little bit easier. You go for the dash here into the... Oh, never mind. Joke's on me.
See, you see the window, you press R1, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah, see, that twice in a row pretty much right there.
Look at that. The red thing was up, and you pressed R1 and didn't get the... Oh, my God.
It's the worst.
So
I gotta be careful here. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Absolutely winnable. I'm not even worried. Okay. Oh, chill. Yeah, see, like, I'm actually, like, on on his left side. I'm not actually even behind him, but it still counts, which is so silly. There we go. He demanded the truth, and he got death. People said. Any Sag cries in chat? I don't know. If...
Any donkey gamers?
There we go. Donkey biting the dust, and we move on to the third boss, which is going to be Watchman, which is what Adolf was talking about.
I like this boss.
It's a cool boss. And you're going to see how much damage we do, by the way, because we do have Electric Coil, which is a +2 Electric Coil. And we're going to get an amulet up here, which is going to be the Puppet Amulet. So we deal more damage to puppets. So overall, lots of bonus damage coming in here. Very, very handy.
Yeah, I think solo leveling any stat and not leveling anything else means you're going to start hitting like a truck pretty soon.
Yeah, if you use the right element, yeah, you're pretty much going to start melting bosses. Especially once we get the boss amulets that I'll be using for this run. We're going to be using the Watchman boss amulet and also Fuoko's boss amulet, most likely, which is going to be... So, the Watchman boss amulet, the more Fable bars we have, the more damage we just do. So right now we have 3, and each bar gives me 5% bonus damage. So once I have 4, I deal 20% bonus damage, and then 5, 25%. With the other one, the Fuoko boss amulet, each time I perfect guard parry, the next attack deals bonus damage. So I can then really punish bosses for doing like red attacks, as an example. I'll let this cutscene play out. It's a pretty cool cutscene.
It's a neat reveal.
It's a very sad reveal. If you like the lore behind it, it's pretty sad. Basically, pretty much this is like one of those puppets that actually was like a good cop, pretty much, that watched the kids and made sure that they, had a safe place to play and everything. And then at some point, it got ditched and left in a graveyard, and basically forgotten about. And so here we are.
Sad.
Sad. Yeah, sad.
Yeah, Windomo, for those of you that haven't played this game, there are 2 types of guards, basically. So Windomo guards in the correct window, whenever the game is designated as the correct window, basically like right when the attack is going to land. If he presses the guard button right there, you'll see a big red flash and it goes ding! And that not only reduces the boss's like stagger meter so that he gets closer to being staggered. As you can see, his health bar is now white, and if Domo does a charged attack, the boss will be knocked down. But also it prevents you from taking any damage from any attack that you can perfect guard. Now, if Domo is not perfect in his guard timing, this is fine, but you just take a little bit of damage. The cool thing that they did, and I really like this mechanic, is they did the thing that Bloodborne does when you get hit, which is you have a brief window where you can recover that HP if you get in and start attacking, which is really cool.
Yeah, I like the ding sound. That is my favorite, I would say.
It's very satisfying.
It is very... Oh, I agree. Oh, gotta be a little careful here. That shouldn't have hit me, but that's fine. Also not a big fan of that move, but here we are. Oh, I did miss that one. Okay, I might actually die here. We gotta be a little careful. Gotta be a little careful here. A little bit of clutch or kick situation, pretty much. Always be careful when he does that. He is going to try and grab you. Oh, I did miss. Good. Oh, and I do die here. That's fine. It is a little bit of a scary boss, especially once the second phase comes around. He does all those lightning strikes. Gets a little intense. Especially, dude, I've been practicing this boss with guard parries only, so my timings are a little off. So I have to like just relearn this fight real quick with just normal normal parries rather than doing that weird guard parry with the katana on that boss.
Yeah, it's also like, you know, you're only leveling one stat, so.
yeah, true. Very true.
It is a challenge run.
See, this is like the thing I was gonna bring up, by the way. It's like there's an interesting thing of like casual challenge runs and challenge runs. I don't know if you necessarily agree with that, but I think like there's like some challenge runs that they're still fun and somewhat easy to pull off, but they do make the game a little bit harder. And then there's like ones that are like absurd, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. In Pokemon, it would be like doing a Nuzlocke is definitely a challenge run, but it's like not that hard. Like, you know, it should not take more than a couple attempts probably.
Yeah.
But doing like Ironmon or like an ultra hardcore Nuzlocke is definitely more difficult.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
And for this game, it's like the difference between this challenge run and like level 1.
Yeah, so like this one, it's like, it is definitely difficult, but it's not as difficult as like a no leveling at all type of challenge run, or even, oh, gotta be a little careful there, but we're fine. Or even like a guard parry only. A guard parry only is definitely way more intense in that case. I gotta be a little careful there, move away from the lightning. A dash here, got a charge dart too. I miss! That's sad. Why do you guys even watch me? Miss a charge dart too. Can't even believe it. Can't believe it. I'm going to do a nice little rush smash here to activate that. Like I said, that is the best thing that we can do, is that rush smash to confirm those stagger windows. Pushes us forward very nicely.
Another interesting... No, you're good. Another interesting thing about this game that like doesn't seem evident immediately is that if you don't attack bosses, or if you don't try to like parry them, they will recover health over time.
Yeah.
So you have to get in. Like the game does not want you to play passively. So you either have to attack or start parrying.
Also, sometimes side dodging is better than actually parrying. Like in this instance, you just side dodge instead, gives you a nice window, and boom. That way you have a nice free moment to actually go for that riposte. And this should be the kill. Nope. Side hop here, and there we go.
Clean fight.
Thank you. Not too shabby. You know, that's like, you know, a showcase of 8 hours on this guy for guard parries only. You know, you learned a little bit, you know. This guy was a nightmare for that run, I'll tell you that much. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little bit of a P organ upgrade. That way we have a little bit of a easier fight for some of the other bosses.
Just such an unfortunate name.
P organ? Wait, you don't like to upgrade your P organ?
No.
It is. I really don't know why they called it. I'm assuming it's because of like Pinocchio organ.
His name is never said in the game, right?
Right.
And it's called Lies of P. I think P organ. Like it seems like a very like rustic, like cool name for it, but I truly think it is a translation issue where like they just didn't understand that in English that sounds hilarious. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, I definitely agree on that. So we're gonna go ahead and go for this as our first upgrade, by the way. And then we have one more quartz. So we're gonna go ahead and what do we go for? What do we go for here? What do we go for here, Adef?
What's on the far right?
It's item consumables.
Yeah,
like
I feel like
pretty much.
Perfect Guard Fable charge is probably good for this weapon.
Yeah. We want as many Fable bars as possible for fights and get them back so we can keep like spamming Rush Smash, for example, you know? All right, let's go ahead and talk to Sophia real quick. And level some more advance. We should be at level 20 now. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. It's like I played this game or something.
Wow.
Elysian Boulevard. Wow, dude.
Sick. This man's got a P organ upgraded, bro.
So I get to go into good old Vanini's workshop, as Gemini likes to point out every single time that you get here, and he doesn't stop talking about that. That's why we have voices turned off, so we don't have to hear that part. Good old Vanini Linguini's factory here. We get to fight Cuoco.
I will say, I did not know you could turn the voices off. I liked Jiminy my first playthrough, I should say. I thought it was a very cool little, like, a lot of times when he spoke, I thought it was fun. But on Nameless Puppet, there are so many voice lines that play every single time, and that boss took me easily an hour.
Yeah.
And at 30 minutes in, I was getting so sick of hearing all the voice lines, and somebody in my chat was like, turn the voices off, and I was like, no way. I went into the settings and was overjoyed.
Especially when you get into phase 2 and they just have the, hi, I'm Eugenie. You know what, how about you just keep it down over there? I'm kind of focusing right now.
It's a hard
How about
boss.
you don't? Yeah. All right, I talked to a good old serial killer robot Riddler here. And we got to answer his riddle, which is human. The riddle being, you know, what walks, I think, with classic, 4 legs in the morning.
The classic
2
riddle.
and then 3. Yeah, it is a classic. Oh, jeez. Dodge that one. A very classic riddle.
If you know riddles at all, you know that riddle. That's the classic riddle.
Do you have a favorite riddle? Not by this game, just in general.
I don't know, dude. A favorite riddle? From my childhood, I always loved the rides into town on Thursday riddle.
Rides into town on Thursday?
You don't know this one? All right,
I do not know.
I'll give it to you. Hang on. I'm going to find a version online so I don't beef it.
No worries. Sounds good. And we're going to get our second elemental weapon here, by the way, which is going to be the Salamander Dagger. It is a pretty solid fire weapon, and we're going to need that later on for Archbishop. So we just drop down here real quick and snag that.
Okay, you ready?
All right. Hit me with it.
A cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays for 3 days, then leaves on Friday. How is this possible?
Oh, his horse's name is Friday?
Yeah.
Yo, let's go.
It is a riddle for children.
Let's go. Smarter than a 5th grader? Confirmed?
Let's go. Or at least as smart as a 5th grader.
All right, gonna run through here. So there are, by the way, there's like an NPC fight. You have to do one. Either you do the Survivor or you do the Atoned. One or the other. You have to do one of those two. And in this case, honestly, we are going to do, I believe, the Atoned. For me personally, that is just, I don't know, more fun. The Survivor can be really, like, all over the place and annoying. So we're going to be doing the Atoned instead.
Somebody in chat, Domo is a genius.
What can I say? I eat my vegetables. Oh, hello. By the way, you ever seen the movie Real Steel?
Wait, is that the movie with Hugh Jackman where he's a robot?
No, he's not. He isn't a robot, but he like
controls the robot?
Yeah.
I have not seen this movie.
It is a great movie, and that thing kind of reminds me of it. It's a great movie. It's actually really, really fun. Yeah, it's pretty much just like this kid apparently that he's supposed to like babysit gets into like robo boxing, or something like that. Yeah, then they go into like this competition with the other robot boxing. It's a cool movie, man.
I remember seeing the trailer and thinking it looked fun.
Yeah, it's not bad. I would recommend.
I did a back in when I was doing comedy in New York, like a lot of improv and sketch comedy in New York back in the day. I did a character called Robinson Riddlesby. And the whole bit was that he's this like very snooty British fellow who claims to be very good at solving and coming up with riddles, but he actually doesn't understand what a riddle is, but refuses to admit it.
Very nice.
And it was paired with a friend of mine would be his manager. And we would do shows or like podcasts or whatever together where like he'd be like, all right, and he just talks in his normal voice. He's like, all right, Robinson, let's get another riddle. And then, you know, I would come up with some unbelievably complex thing with like no answer. And that was the bit. I don't know where I was going with this, but that's my anecdote about riddles.
Yeah, you know what? You got into character, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate the story.
Yeah, that's all I got. Somewhere online, I'll leave it to the Google masters. Somewhere online, there's a video of me on a like comedy podcast at my college doing that character for like an hour.
An hour? That's a long time.
I don't know if it was funny or not. I really can't remember. This was like 4 or 5 years ago.
I assume it was great.
Well, you know, who knows?
That is true. So we're going to be running through the factory here real quick. I'm going to say hi to these two. Hello. All right. Just so that they show up later. Although I don't think you actually have to talk to them, but...
You don't. I'll tell you why. I didn't find them until the slums or whatever later on.
Oh, it's that. I gotcha. Okay.
I ran right past them, truly had no idea they were there, and then got introduced to them in the like area with the rabbits or whatever.
Yeah, the Malum district.
And I was like, wow, these guys are crazy. And my chat was like, you haven't met them yet?
How do you miss a fox and a cat?
I mean, I literally walked right past them.
Yeah. Nah, that's fair. I feel like in a lot of Souls games, that's a very common thing of accidentally running past something. You're like, oh, whoa, I did. Cool.
I think there are people that don't know that Siegward of Katarina is in Dark Souls 3.
You think so?
Probably.
I feel like it's really hard to miss though, because like that's the only way to get to like the next portions of the like the area that comes up the elevator, which is like, hello. And you're like, oh, hey.
He does come off the elevator. I was thinking that the first time you see him is when he helps you fight that like demon thing, which I think is optional.
That is optional, yeah. And I'm kind of getting slapped here by test dummies. Give me a hot second. I always kind of get this mixed up, this whole area. This is also, I believe, a dead end. I had a hard time finding this actually yesterday too, by the way, so.
No, this is an issue that this game suffers with, especially in this area. Everything looks so similar.
Yeah, definitely does. So we have a Trinity key from that Riddler, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and activate that door back there that you guys saw right here. We're going to be opening that up, but we're going to take a little bit of a shortcut in a second after I get this Trinity key, because it gives me a quartz to upgrade my P organ even further. Right here. Hello? 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 Anybody home? And,
I think the beginning of the music that plays in these rooms sounds like Saria's song from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, you think so? I could kind of see it. I could see it. Grab that real quick. Just a little bit more cash money. Nothing wrong with having a little bit extra cash. And then instead of running all the way around, just drop down here. Easy peasy. And then, hey, would you look at that? We're at the door. He's always going to do that attack, by the way, and then we're going to activate this so we can get rid of the
the poison.
Get rid of the little water. And this guy has a really fun attack where if he hits you one time on the ground, he keeps smacking you until you're dead. But that's okay. That's why we open up that door, just in case. But we did get the lever anyway, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Spawn next to Benini here.
That's a good example of why rising dodge would be nice.
Very useful. Yeah, exactly. One of the actual useful things is for that. Not even like a mini boss, just
a guy.
Just a dude with a shovel.
With a lot of help.
And we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna fight the puppet of the future because it drops us another quartz, which we would like, because quartzes are nice.
It's also good. Sorry, I almost said souls. Ergo.
I mean, ow.
All right, can we talk about the fact that this status ailment is called shock, but it's not the same as the electric shock status ailment?
Yeah, it is a little odd, isn't it?
I heard that was a translation mishap, but it should be fixed.
I don't know how I got hit by that. We should get a stagger here soon. I'm going to step away real quick and then go for a charge dart too. There we go. I'll go for one more, slap his knee. And then we'll go for that riposte. There we go. Now, sometimes you gotta show the puppets who's boss, you know?
Somebody in chat saying they felt bad killing this guy. I also felt a little bad killing this guy. I don't know. He just seemed to be like hanging out.
I don't feel bad anymore. He's being mean.
Okay.
Very, very mean. Mean robot. Oh, this is where you want to get between the legs technically, so you can hit for free during that whole animation, but I was a little too slow there. Ooh, nice. Didn't think I was going to land that, actually, to be honest.
Wow. I guess you can parry that attack.
You can. It's a little hard, but you definitely can, yeah. There we go. Another stagger. Very nice. Slap his knee. And we should be able to kill him here. There we go.
Nice.
That's another quartz for us. I'm going to go ahead and equip this real quick, just so I don't have to go all the way back. I got 2 quartz now, I believe, unless I miscounted.
I think you have 2.
I think I have 2.
You got the one in the Trinity.
Yeah, okay, we're good then. We're good. You know, sometimes you just lose track, you know?
Dude, I'm always losing track.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get old.
I was just about to say, brain's getting old.
Good old brain fog. We should be able to upgrade the coil here one more time, too, for a +3. Yeah, cool story. Oh, we get our full meanness here, by the way, which is useful. So that we get an electric arm, pretty much. So instead of puppet string, we can use full meanness, which is an advanced arm, which allows us to do like a little bit of an electric shock. So it kind of looks like this. You're just gonna go, boop. It looks cool. It doesn't really do much, but
the fire one goes crazy though.
Yeah, if you upgrade it, it's very, very nice. That's great, Eugenia.
You got full meanness. I only got half meanness, bro. That's messed up.
Jeez, oh my god. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and talk to Sophia real quick. Gonna upgrade advance again.
Don't forget to upgrade your P organ.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that too. I've always wondered, I think I've brought this up in chat once before, where it's like, if NPCs were sentient, yeah, like how bored it would be just to sit there and wait the whole time. And then the person that's playing is just there for like 2 seconds. I'm just here to heal. All right, see you later. You know, it's just like, okay, well, I'll wait again.
No, you gotta imagine that the NPCs do stuff when you're not there.
Like what?
Like eat and go to the bathroom and read. I don't know.
Catch up on the latest on the interwebs.
Are you allowing consumables and throwables?
So I will be showcasing it for one boss as to why I don't do throwables, as an excuse to like abuse that boss. So you'll see that in a second for Black River Brotherhood as to why I don't use throwables for this run.
You should just do the quit out and just don't fight them at all.
That's even more lame than doing the throwables. I think the throwables is kind of fun to watch, you know, because they just all just stand around and get blasted.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I love that meme. That's such a good one.
You an Always Sunny fan, Domo?
I've watched some episodes. I haven't watched like the full thing, but I've definitely watched a decent amount, I would say.
It's a tremendous show.
Do you have a favorite episode?
Oh boy. I feel like a lot of people would say The Nightman Cometh is probably their favorite episode, but what is that episode called? The Gang. The Gang Gets Quarantined is incredibly good. They just all get the flu. It's very, very funny.
Gotcha, nice. I'll have to actually see if I can watch that show. I only have HBO, you know. I don't know. Not a lot of shows are on HBO.
What are you a fan of these days?
These days, I don't watch that much, man.
I'm not watching that much TV right now either.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I could, but I've been rewatching Game of Thrones.
Really? Do you like House of the Dragon?
I have not watched House of the Dragon, actually.
It's surprisingly good.
I've heard good things.
I really liked it. Also, I hate that attack.
I hate that move too. I learned how to guard parry it, so that's something. But you'll see the damage here, by the way. And I'm dead. But you saw the damage, and that was good. So damage good, death bad. But you know, that's going to happen way more the more we get into late game. But after this fight, we are going to be able to go to the Archbishop. And that's where we find Alfonso, who's going to give us access to what all the other Souls games have, which is giving up a boss soul for gear rather than just eating it for money. And that's where we are going to get 2 boss amulets. People Pog, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm going to use a Fable Catalyst here just to fill up 1 bar, just in case I need that. There we go. I'm going to use this full Midas a little bit. I'm going to pop it a couple of times just so I can activate the electricity here. And boop, there we go. And then I'm going to go.
Yeah, a lot of the status effects, like is common in a lot of Souls games, the status effects that can affect the player also can affect the bosses, largely. So you can tell that the boss is in this state of like electric shock right now. I think they take more damage while shocked.
Yeah. They take more. They take like 10% more damage, I believe. And I should get a stagger here before it goes into phase 2. Very nice. I'm gonna go for a charge.
This is a good transition health.
Yeah, this is huge. Getting a lot of damage off before he actually does his phase 2, which can be very, very annoying. So he tries to go for the center of the room, by the way. The bad thing is I don't have any pipes near me, so I can't block the fire damage unless I get back here. Okay, I had enough time for this one, so if you get behind the pipes, the fire doesn't reach you.
Okay, I did not know this until my New Game Plus playthrough. This boss walled me for a while, and one of the reasons is because I thought that attack was genuinely, like, undodgeable.
Yeah, it can be pretty frustrating when you don't know about that, for sure. I agree. I'm going to go ahead and actually just rush smash here for some good damage. And there we go.
Very nice.
And like I said, rush smash is a fantastic Fable art. So there we go. That is the Fuoco boss fight. Now we get to have access to the firearm, which is going to be really, really useful for this next section that's going to be coming up. We have a lot of money too, but I'm gonna hold on to that for now.
Somebody in chat asking how tough is this game for a Souls-like? I would say this one's pretty hard.
Yeah. I think if you're, especially no leveling, this is one of the hardest no leveling games I've ever played personally. I would say that Dark Souls 3 is a little bit harder for level 1 or no leveling type of a challenge, but this one is definitely up there. Elden Ring being the easiest to no level with just all the upgrades and everything that you can get. You can pretty much get an almost maxed out weapon and maxed out buffs before even doing the first major boss, which is very silly, but also kind of fun.
For a casual playthrough, I would say this is amongst the harder ones. If you have no Souls experience,
yeah, this is hard.
This would be very, very hard.
I would agree.
But if you've played the other Souls games, you'll be just fine.
I'm just gonna go ahead and drop down here. Run past this guy. I don't need to grab the Dark Moon ones. I was doing the annoying attack, which is even worse. You hope he does the slam down, because then I have enough time to grab this. He's going to get too close to where I can't activate. Oh, never mind. Thank God. And I'm going to get smacked in the head now. That's okay, though. We're probably going to die here. I'm just going to die.
But you'll just respawn right here, so...
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. This guy drops an amulet as well, which is the carrier amulet. It's the first one to just basically have more like weight. But we don't really need that, so I'm not gonna fight him for that.
They also made the boss amulets lighter recently, didn't they?
Yeah, they were way too heavy.
Yeah, in my first, I beat this game on 1.0, and I just remember being like, man, how am I supposed to wear 2 of these things? They are so heavy.
Yeah. I don't know why they made it that way, but I'm glad they definitely reduced it. It helped a lot, for sure. We're going to go ahead and kill 2 butterflies down here, by the way, too. It's going to be really nice.
Also, Domo, we could probably take our first break here in a second.
Sure.
Maybe when you get into the cathedral.
Yeah, that's fine. That sounds like a plan, for sure. Oh, what the? Where'd the other one go? Hey, Houdini! Oh, there it is. Okay, it's trying to have me break that. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like it when I dink against a nice little pillar. All right.
One of the worst parts of Souls games is when you can hit the walls.
Yeah.
Awful. Dark Souls 1 is so bad about that.
Yeah, definitely having like a thrusting weapon so you don't have to deal with walls is, I would say, pretty much optimal. And this game is not too bad, but it does happen from time to time, and that gets really, really annoying. It can be very devastating. We're going to go ahead and fight the Atoned here. So this is where I mentioned, by the way, if you have to do an NPC fight, either the Survivor or the Atoned. If you kill the Survivor, you get like his mask, and you get the Stalker greeting that she's looking for. But since we did not kill him, we do not get that, so we have to kill her instead to get access to the good old monorail here.
You know what, actually, we could take the break after this boss.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
So decay is another status ailment.
Yeah, the acid status ailment.
Yeah, this one is like poison, basically.
Well, it's poison, but also the annoying thing is that it actually also reduces your weapon's durability. So if you see the bar on the bottom right, it's also reducing that at the same time as also reducing my health. So it's pretty much, it's like worse. It's like poison on crack, pretty much. Poison for my soul and poison for my sword. And I missed that R2, which is really bad. Oh, didn't want to do that, but too late. Here we are. And I should get this R2, though. And my character misses because he was like, why not?
I will say...
Yeah, so how about that break, by the way? How about that break?
All right, we're taking the break.
How about that break?
Everybody stick around. We'll be right back with more Challenger approaching, more GDQ Hotfix, more Lives of P, and more Captain Domo. Right after this, don't go anywhere. We're coming right back. What's up, GDQ chat room? No, I'm not gonna do that. What's up, everybody? My name is Adef. Welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is Challenger approaching. We got Lies of P Advance only. It's Some announcements before we jump back into things. Registration is live for AGDQ 2024. Come join us in person in Pittsburgh, January 14th to the 21st. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info, including attendee registration and hotel booking. Be sure to check out the schedule at gamesdonequick.com/schedule, and just let us know what you're excited for. Let us know what you want to come see. We'd love to see your beautiful shining faces at AGDQ. Domo, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Shining faces. Wait, why's the face shining?
Well, we're in the Mad Max universe, and we're all shiny in chrome.
Fair.
Domo,
Gotcha.
explain for the audience at home what exactly we're watching right now.
We're watching a game called Lies of P, which is a Souls-like for Pinocchio in the Pinocchio universe. Kind of steampunk Pinocchio, I guess you could say. And we're currently doing a challenge run where we only level advance. So pretty much it doesn't force us necessarily, but we kind of utilize a bunch of elemental weapons because that really buffs those the most. And that's pretty much it. So we don't level health, we don't level stamina, we just level advance. AKA advance only. Anything else? I don't know.
No.
Alright, cool.
You're killing it.
No. Anything else? No.
I took a bite. Like, why did you have?
No. Now play, monkey. Get to it. Alright, let's see if I can get a backstab on this fight, by the way. She sometimes allows you to get that, but it's kind of tricky. Kind of like on Donkey, where it's a little awkward to get it, but once you do, it's actually really nice. Like that.
Wow, that straight backstab is powerful.
It is very useful. Ow. That's not so useful. And sometimes she misses too, which is kind of funny. Uh-oh. Trading blow for blow here. Oh, I almost had it. Okay. There we go. We do parry that. I should get a stagger here. There it is. Nostradamus back at it again.
Oh my god.
You know, you gotta know. You gotta know. When you know, you know, you know? All right. I gotta be a little careful here. Uh-oh. Ooh. Very saucy. Okay, one more R1 is gonna kind of scare her. There we go. And then I can go for a rust smash here once she misses. Stop chasing me. Boom. Smacked her right in her forehead. All right, here we go. We got the key to the monorail. Sometimes you gotta boop the snoot. You know what I mean? No. This is where Gemini is going to be talking a mile a minute for a million years. This is where we mute the whole game. But I already turned it off, so you don't have to worry about that. Do you want to read this for me, Adolf? No, I'm messing.
No. Domo, what you drinking?
Some coffee, dude. I didn't even take a sip. I just put it to my mouth and put it back down because I don't know. It's like when you're at a party, you know, when you have like a drink in your hand, and, you know, yeah.
What's your drink? What's your coffee of choice?
My coffee of choice, like caramel macchiato.
Very sugary.
It is. It is. I need that to get me going. How about you?
I just like a latte.
Okay.
Nice hot latte with some whole milk. I'm in.
Caramel, vanilla.
No flavor. Just
no flavor.
Just a coffee.
All right, fair. Okay.
Made with coffee and milk.
A bland drink for a bland man. Now,
bland? What are you talking about? Bland drink. If it's good coffee, it doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, that's fair. That is true. If it is, you got good beans, you got good juice. You know.
Yeah, that I've heard this. And also, I cannot beat the bland man accusations. I do, though. Twitch user Party Arlie in the chat is correct. I'm a real sucker for just a shot of espresso. There's nothing quicker. Wait, and also you're from Europe, Domo.
Yes.
It's a shot of espresso at like a cafe in Europe is nice. It's cheap, it's quick, it's good.
Yeah, that's kind of like I would say a very common thing to have after like a big meal or even just like a normal meal is having a shot of espresso and then a nice walk afterwards, you know? A little bit of hand holding, a little bit of people shy, you know?
A little bit of hand holding, Domo. Oh my God. I'm a married man.
I forgot this is PG, my bad. We're going to be running around through this whole segment here. This segment sucks, by the way. This is actually one of the segments where I was a little worried that I wouldn't like this game because, personally, I think actually that zombies are kind of overdone at this point. Like,
I agree.
Zombie shows, zombie games. Like, we have so many zombie games that, you know, it gets a little boring. And then I saw this and I was like, great, another zombie thing that I didn't want to sign up for, but
I felt the exact same way.
But you know what? It's not that bad. It's okay. Yeah.
It was fine. It wound up being completely fine.
It still was a little like but you know what? It's not too bad. Yeah.
No, I would have preferred it were just all puppets, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. Like a wide variety of puppets.
Yeah, I didn't understand why we got another thing, but they did a cool thing where like they become monsters, like cool monsters.
Yeah, I do like the whole like morphing of the carcasses into robots kind of a thing. That was kind of cool. As like the swamp monster, for example. A very beloved boss. Heavily sarcasm on that one. We do have a lot of money, by the way, so I'm going to go back real quick and spend that before I do lose it.
No, Captain Domo and I are not soulmates. We're souls mates.
Oh, I see what you did there.
We're dark. We are friends through FromSoft games. Anyway.
Well, okay, Adif, what would you say is like your favorite movie?
Oh my
God.
It's
okay, is it the Shawshank Redemption?
No.
That's a shame. Okay, but I got it. That's fair. I'm checking for soulmates. You know what I mean?
Does your soulmate have to have the same favorite movie as you, Domo?
Yep, it's a no-go otherwise.
That's like, a no-go.
It's a no-go, dude.
You meet the person of your dreams, Domo. The absolute person of your dreams. They're stunningly gorgeous. They are so nice, so funny, wicked smart.
Wait,
I don't
funnier
know why
than me?
Yeah, Well, that's a low bar.
That's okay.
You called me bland earlier.
no, it's all good. It's all good.
You meet this perfect person, and they tell you that their favorite movie is like, I don't know, Lawrence of Arabia or something, some other classic film, not Shawshank.
Sure.
You're just done.
Yep.
No matter how much chemistry there was.
Yep. Nah, probably no. Obviously not.
I too was joking.
Yes, but I mean, okay. If you
okay, here we go.
Okay. Let's say, for example, you do talk about movies, and they say Cool Runnings is a bad movie. I'm out. I'm sorry. Like that's a masterpiece right there. Okay. If you haven't seen Cool Runnings, you should watch it. It's a great movie.
I will say there certainly would be some film opinions where I would be shocked.
Yeah.
Like if somebody, so some of my favorite films, for example, I don't like definitively saying that something is my favorite anything. I don't know. That seems like a really big decision to make. But like, I love Spirited Away a lot. I think that's a fantastic film. Perhaps my favorite. I don't know. Tough.
I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. That's all.
I'm paying attention. I have a few seconds of delay since I'm not watching on Discord.
Nah, you're good.
But Spirited Away, like if the person I was with said that movie, like they can dislike it, but if they think it's like trash, I don't know. That's tough.
That's respectable.
But I don't think I would break up with somebody because they didn't like my favorite movie.
Dude, some people just have a different bar,
Yeah.
Some people just have
Maybe if you made the movie, I would understand.
That would be extremely impressive. If you made a movie and someone's like, "Yeah, I don't like it," would that be a deal breaker for you?
I think if I was with somebody, I would want them to feel like they could talk to me honestly enough to tell me their honest thoughts that maybe they didn't love it. But I feel like if you're with somebody, you should never tell them that the thing they made is like trash. You know what I mean? Like, you can be nice about it and still give constructive feedback. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, if they ask for your feedback, giving it honestly. But if they're like, if this is the person you're with and they're like, what did you think of the movie I made? And you're like, it's dog shit. Like, I don't know. That's just mean.
I mean, yeah. So would you still say that honesty is the best policy? Even in relationships?
Yeah, but you can be honest without being a complete asshole.
That's fair. Where the hell
you can say, like, if you don't like the movie, you can give the classic, the compliment sandwich. I loved the characters. The scenery wasn't great, but I thought the story was fun. I just said something negative, but you didn't even hear it.
Starting off something as like, you're great, but that's a very tough line to kind of walk on,
When I taught improv, I would always do positive, negative, positive with like the younger people, like, because they haven't been doing it for very long. I didn't want to just be like, hey, that was a bad choice. I'd be like, man, you are so funny. I didn't love that choice, but keep doing what you're doing. And they'd be like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, please take to heart the middle part.
Sometimes you gotta tell them,
Look, that's why I'm saying, if you're close enough with somebody in like a mentorship role or whatever, there's nothing wrong with being honest so long as you're nice and tactful about it.
Yeah. Also, this guy's a little bit of a bully.
Can we talk about how stupid it is that there are enemies that have doors locked behind them, but there's no reason why?
Yeah, it's just a weird requirement.
Yeah, and the door magically opens.
I don't know how that missed, but hey, that's fine. Do I have enough hidden moonstones to upgrade the salamander dagger? Because that would technically be better in this case. Let me see. I'm checking my inventory because I don't have any moonstones. That's cool. But we do have a shortcut, so I'm just gonna do this, and we do get a crot box later on that allows us to buy some moonstones to upgrade the salamander dagger before we do the bishop fight, which we need fire for anyways. This mini boss might be a little bit of a what do you call it? Not gatekeeper. Now maybe a gatekeeper, I guess. We're gonna drop down here real quick and grab this as well, because then we get an encoder, which allows us to get another quartz. So that's gonna be nice. You give these, or as a decoder, you give these to Vanini, and then he tells you it's like a little side quest, pretty much. You get to look around Crot. Yo, Croft.
12-year-old
mac and
Domo
cheese
playing
noodles?
Tomb Raider. I'd love to look around Croft.
Oh no! Oh, I missed it. Whatever, that's fine. I'll wait. I'm a patient man.
Are you?
Yeah. That's one of my better qualities.
One of your better. What are one of your worst qualities?
Sometimes I'm impatient. So there's that too, it's you lose some, you win some. It's a little bit of both. We're gonna kind of slide to the side here. Nope, that didn't matter. I'm gonna try and side hop here though, because he does do that charge attack a lot. Try to outpace this as much as I can, and get that charge dart too. We should get a stagger here soon if I can keep that poise up, like right now. Oh, never mind. Holding. Okay, I should get staggered now, though. Nope, now? Nope. Okay. How about now? There it is. Does it kill? Oh, so close. There it is. And that's a good old explosion with quartz. And here we get the crot box. So this allows us to buy some hidden moonstones and some crescent moonstones from the beginning merchant at the hotel. This is going to be really, really nice.
What? Go, dude.
Easy baby game for babies, you know?
Baby game for babies.
What would you say is like the hardest game you have had you had a hard time with, like the longest, I guess? I'm sorry, that was like...
What's the hardest game I had a hard time with?
Yeah. You ever hard before?
What, excuse me?
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. You know what I'm saying. All right,
now we've both had one comment this stream that we really needed to walk back. What's a game that I really struggled with? I really struggled with Sekiro a lot. Like really, really struggled with it. So much so that it's one of the only games I've ever given up on.
Really? Okay.
I just wasn't having fun learning how to play it. But I think after playing this, I would like to go back and try it again.
I think that's fair. I actually, for Sekiro, I think that was actually personally the easiest game for me out of all the Souls games.
Okay.
I know, I'm somewhat of a gamer, you know.
Let's see you beat the game today.
Oh, okay, that's not fair. But yeah, I don't know. Out of all of the ones I played, I do think that one was just the easiest for me to pick up, I guess.
So I think it just never clicked for me for some reason. I had played, before Sekiro, I'd played in the same span of like 5 months. I played for the first time Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Bloodborne a little bit earlier. So I had like become enamored with the traditional Souls formula. And so when I went immediately into Sekiro after finishing Dark Souls 3, it just would not click because my brain was like dodge, 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 dodge. And so it just never really clicked. But I think after playing Lies of P, I could go back and really appreciate Sekiro.
Yeah, that's super fair. I think that's a very fair way of going about it. Also, for anyone that's new to Lies of P, by the way, this is a really cool thing that no other Souls game really has, and it's actually a really cool feature that I appreciate. And that I think makes this game very unique and very worth... Like, the replayability, like, skyrockets with this, which is pretty much you get to swap out the blade with any handle. So you can pretty much kind of craft whatever weapon you want. And the more weapons you find, the more diverse your weapon pool gets. With different blades and different handles. And it makes it really, really fun. So what I did right now is I took the salamander dagger and took it off of the dagger hilt and put it actually on the electric coil hilt instead. It gives me a little bit more range. And also I just keep that scaling that I've had the whole time, which is really nice. We're going to go ahead and grab a quartz real quick.
What's a game that you really struggled with?
Probably Dark Souls 3. That was probably the first one. I was like, okay, this is Farron, the Abyss Watchers was probably the one where I'm like, okay, this is...
I second tried Abyss Watchers.
This is something else.
So I guess this is my moment where I get to tell you that I'm better than you.
Oh, yeah, go for it, man. Knock yourself out, kid.
Dark Souls 3 was easy, baby.
I have to go and actually activate that puppet real quick, or like throw a sawtooth at it. Yeah, no, I mean, overall the game like wasn't too bad, but that was definitely one of the biggest walls for me where I was like, okay, you know.
I think I just had that thing where like, you know how in Souls games sometimes one of your early attempts will just be really lucky out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I had that and just managed to capitalize, I think. But I had remembered everybody telling me that boss was really, really hard. What's a boss I struggle with in Dark Souls 3? I mean, Frida was really, really hard for me.
Yeah, I think that's for everyone. You know, Slave Knight Gale, Frida.
Oh, yeah, we got the German. Sorry, I should have said Frida.
Yeah, Frida. I did even the guy, though.
Schwester Frida.
Yeah. That was a good pronunciation. Oh, that was good pronunciation.
Thanks.
Besides me, almost dying.
I've been to Germany a few times.
Oh, I would like to say that I'm, Mr. Worldwide. So I'm gonna go across this bridge, this plank here, and it's this door right here, guys. Cool. Let me just open this.
221B is Sherlock Holmes' address.
Elysian Boulevard. And we got a cool little outfit. I do have to say that this is the coolest one here. Actually, this one. This one's very fancy schmancy pants, you know?
I wore the one that makes you look like Aragorn for most of the game.
Aragorn.
It's like from Lord of the Rings. It's like a ranger outfit. Like it's very like a long
tan?
cloak. No, it's
like
the green.
Beige?
It's like the green cloak.
Okay.
But yeah, isn't it 221B is Sherlock Holmes' address? Is not 221B Baker Street? Isn't that where Sherlock Holmes lives? I think, check and confirm, but I think in the Sherlock Holmes mythos, he lives in 221B Baker Street, which is, I think, what this is a reference to. I have to imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because it is a little mystery or whatever to, like, find the door.
All right, so here we get Rising Dodge, by the way, which is going to be really useful. I'm going to go ahead and... Honestly, we're going to be using Fable Arts here and there. But I would rather go for Enhanced Pulse Recovery, so our little flask does a little bit more healing than it did before, which is really, really nice. And we will reduce the stamina consumption of Dash, because we only have a limited amount of stamina, and we can't level it anyways. So the less I use, the better. And now I've got Rising Dodge, which means that if I get knocked on the ground, I can pretty much wake up from that rather than just laying there and waiting for the animation to end, which is light years sometimes. Yeah. We can actually buy some new armor too, real quick, from Pulcinella. It was this guy right. Hey, you know.
Wow.
Hey, I said Mr. Worldwide. I wasn't messing around. I think they cost 500 here. We can also get an advanced crank if we wanted to change the weapon. Why can't I buy these? Hello? Oh, I can. Oh, then why do they grayed out? It looks so weird. We're going to go for the overall one, which is this one. This one's nice. I like that one. It's pretty. All right. Swap that over, and we are good to go. We'll clear out the rest of this dungeon. It's gonna take me like 30 seconds to run through it, and then we get to fight Archbishop, which is, I would say, the first big wall in this game for a lot of players. Like, Fuoco is definitely tough, but Archbishop is definitely where the game kind of scales up with the player, and you're like, oh boy. And phase 2 is really awkward too with the Bishop side, because the hitbox is very awkward, and he moves around a lot, and the parry timings are also kind of off, which is not very fun.
Yeah, this was a boss I summoned for.
You summoned this guy? This guy.
I will not be accepting criticism at this time.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. I get it. I get it.
It's also... Whenever people are like about Elden Ring or this game or whatever, they're like, you summoned? I'm like, yeah, it's a core mechanic that the game developers put in the game. So yeah, it's fair to say that probably a good amount of stuff is balanced around it being a possibility. But I did try to not summon as much as I could. Like, I would always try a boss first couple attempts without summons. Manus ended up being easier without summon, I thought.
Yeah. And that's kind of like a big... Hello? Could you excuse me, good sir? I would say that's a very like common argument when it comes to like hit lists, and a lot of people be like, why aren't you summoning, for this boss fight for hit lists to make it easier? A lot of times like summons actually make it to where the boss becomes more unpredictable because you don't know if the boss is targeting you or the summon. So that could definitely happen with other boss fights as well. Oh, it's Alador, not Alfonso. Oops.
I understand restricting it for challenge runs and stuff, obviously. Like, duh.
Yeah.
It almost exclusively makes the game easier. But for hitless, yeah, there are tons of bosses that are harder with summons because the AI is so unpredictable.
Yeah. I definitely agree. And we just got 2 boss amulets, by the way. So this is the Aladoro, who's like a weapon merchant, as you can see by all the different weapons. So this is one that you give like the boss souls to, and he gives you either amulets for them or weapons. And in this case, we went for 2 amulets, which is the ones I was talking about before, the Fable slot ones, that the more Fable slots I have, the more damage I deal. And then also, whenever I perfect parry, I deal bonus damage for a while. So,
a question I had was, is it Fable slots that are full or just Fable slots, period?
Just Fable slots, period.
Oh, that's way better than I thought it was.
Yeah, so for a while, people thought it was like they had to be active, but no, as long as you just have them, because you do have to upgrade the P organ to get them, you get the bonus damage.
That's kind of sick.
Yep, so that's very, very nice. It's very, very, very useful. I want to grab this, just make some things easier. We can knock this over. I'll be honest, I didn't even know you could knock this over until I watched the speed run. And I was like, ah, look at that. I just ran through everything. Drop down here real quick, and then we'll activate the gate, and we'll go into the boss fight. Need my flasks anyway. I only have 3. I can have 5 now, which is pretty nice. And we're going to be fighting Archbishop. First phase is not going to be too bad. Phase 2, however, I'm going to have to be a little focused there. That's a heads up. Luckily, we have full Fable bars, so this is going to be a little bit easier. And this is a Carcass boss, by the way. So like I mentioned with like the whole advance and playing with elements. So we want to use fire versus the Bishop because it's considered a Carcass boss. This cutscene is actually pretty good. But I'm going to skip it because I'm trying to get this in a decent amount of time. Oh, a little bit of an early... There we go. I'll side hop this here real quick. Oh, gotta be careful. Okay, I gotta heal here real quick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and actually... Oh. I'm gonna already use my weapon art, which is I deal more fire damage. Kind of like how the electric coil, you deal more lightning damage. I deal more fire damage on the salamander dagger. And we already proc that fire on him, which is really, really useful. As you can see, it's a lot of damage too. There we go. Nice parry. And then we can do a charge dart 2 for a stagger here. And then this should put me into phase 2, I believe. Or at least very close. Very close. Okay. I'll side hop and then just go for an R1. And phase 2. We'll go and we'll heal real quick. And I'm going to stand back here because there is an attack that the Bishop does where he like lunges forward. And it's going to... That one right there. It's going to miss a little bit, but it allows us to... actually get onto the other side, which is this side, because this side is way easier. So we're just going to pretty much avoid that whole Bishop phase and just deal with the same side we've been fighting this whole time instead. Oh, okay. I kind of goofed that. I was trying to heal here. I got stomped. That's one thing that's like very common in Lies of P is that the attacks that happen in phase 1 are kind of sped up in phase 2. So it kind of catches you off guard from time to time.
Again, this is my biggest complaint about this game is like there's a lot of attacks where like the windup feels like it lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's so unclear when the attack is actually coming. That's not true of every attack in the game. There's lots of good attacks. But I just felt like more than is common in other Dark Souls games. Elden Ring kind of has this problem a few times too. Like there are some Radagon attacks where I'm like, okay, when is the attack coming?
Yeah, I agree.
See, like that tongue attack feels really obvious on the second swipe.
Wow. Okay, I kind of goofed that one up.
My man's getting goofed.
I'm getting goofed on. Yeah, and I think for like, I know a lot of people called Elden Ring Delayed Ring instead, for how many delayed attacks there are in that game. Like, just like prime example is like Margit, where sometimes he'll just have his stick in the air for a million years. And you're surprised that he didn't lose blood flow to his arm. And he just slams down for an insane amount of damage. Alright, let me make sure I actually full on pay attention here. There we go. There we go. I gotta make sure my stamina isn't too low. I'll side hop here again. I'm just gonna try and like get the fire going without should I get a stack, like a mini stagger? Oh. There we go. Okay. I'll get a mini stagger here though. Or a full stagger instead. Didn't plan on it, but I'll take it. Oh. Yeah, that ton attack is really fast, which I'm not a big fan of personally.
Yeah, the first hit comes out way too fast, but the second attack is good.
Yeah. Okay, I can't see anything.
That's the other huge problem with this game is that the camera gets locked.
Yeah. It gets a little frustrating, for sure.
It happens all the time in the swamp monster fight, dude.
Oh, there it is again. Yeah, sometimes like telegraph on some of these attacks is pretty brutal, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, nope. A little too early. I'm surprised by it. I don't think that was too early, but who am I to argue with the game, you know?
True.
There we go. I am going to heal here just in case, and I'll go ahead and just sharpen my weapon while I wait for Bishop to show up again. There is that dash attack. And there we go. Yeah, you see that move in phase 1 was way slower. And it just comes out like lightning in phase 2. I'm gonna go for a charged R2 here. I was hoping for a micro stagger there, but I didn't get it. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, I gotta run away from that swipe there. Oh, I am gonna die. Okay. I was trying to get a charged R2 off there. I should have gotten a micro stagger, and for some reason that didn't happen, even though I had a bunch of R2s and R1s piled on. You get like a micro stagger after a couple of hits. But the one thing about Liza P that I don't understand and I'm not a big fan of is damage rolls. So a lot of like Souls games, it is consistent damage to where you know exactly how much you deal every R1, you know how much you deal every R2, and charged R2. And in this game, it actually rolls a number in between a set like amount. So I can have an R1 that deals like 120 one time, and then R1, same swing and everything, but deal 105 instead. And that's not something I'm a big fan of in this game.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's very, very silly. I'm not sure why they decided on doing that, but that's just what the game has. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna rush smash here. There we go. All I gotta do now is just be careful, not to waste too much healing for phase 2. Of course, as soon as I swing, he goes for that tongue attack.
Yeah, it's just completely unpunishable.
Nice. Kind of lost track of him there for a moment, but we still got it. There we go, phase 2. So I will have 2 at the very least instead of 1, unlike last time. And I'm gonna hold on to my Fable though for Rush Smash. Just so I have that for later. I am stuck. That's one thing that is really awkward this fight, is that the Bishop has like an invisible hitbox. That like you can just run into, and it gets really, really awkward very fast. we go. Side hop that. I gotta be really careful here. Okay. That does do a little bit more than I expected. Okay. That should not have reached, but all right. You know, like when you just start arguing with the game? That's not fair.
Yes. Yeah, all the time.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, I'm gonna rush smash just to be safe, but that didn't do anything. I want a good attack. Oh! Of course, as soon as I say I want a good attack, I get the really fast one. This is gonna be a little bit tough. Once I get to half health, though, it's not too bad because then he does a like super move that you can pretty much just stand sideways of him, and when he stands sideways, after that after the whole super move, he just lays there for like a good 2 to 3 seconds, so you can just wail on him.
So just to reiterate for everybody watching that the reason this is so hard, this boss is already difficult, but Domo is not leveling any stats except for the advanced stat.
Yeah.
So that means no extra health, no extra stamina, no extra strength, no extra dex, anything like that, which is what makes this so difficult.
There we go. So this, I should... Nope, never mind. Yeah, I should get a stagger after this whole combo. Because I did a lot of perfect parries. Never mind, I lied. I can't believe it. I lied, guys. There we go. But as you can tell, though, also, like, fire damage does a lot versus this boss. Which we'll also see later versus Swamp Monster. Because Swamp Monster is also very weak to fire. And there we go. All right, cool. I didn't use a single flask that time, so I can use one right now and still have 4. And that's going to be way better. And I got full Fable bars, so that's fun. I need one more, please. Thank you. Look at Bishop being cooperative, dude. Very nice. All right, we're going to run with him here, so we keep staying on this side, by the way. Get that fire off. Oh, be careful there. And I should get a charge dart 2 off here, just fine. There we go. I'll dash here again and go for a charge dart 2. That should get me close to a stagger. I'm going to rush smash. Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. Okay, and this is the super move here, so we're just going to run sideways. Stand right here, and he's going to fall down, and then I get to do some R1s. And I'll do a charge dart 2 here for a stagger. Into another charge dart 2, and then I get to go for the riposte on top of that. And there we go.
Nice work.
Thanks.
It's kind of wild how, and I think this is consistent from casual play to challenge runs, like all the attempts where you're struggling, it feels like so difficult, but then the attempt where you link it together, like nothing goes wrong.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It just is so good from start to finish in the attempt where it finally works out.
And when advance really kicks in, it's just nice. But sometimes you have unfortunate fights, which I had a couple. And you just hope for RNGs, you know? You just get some good moves. But we're going to be moving on to, I believe, the Black Rabbit Brotherhood now. Which no one likes, I believe. I mean, you said you did.
No. I
wasn't a big
didn't
fan.
like it. Let's be very clear.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I didn't like it. I just thought that as far as gang fights go, it's a little bit better than like some of the other Souls games.
Fair.
No, I found their voices incredibly annoying.
That is, I mean, you know, a little bit.
That's my brother.
That's what you like about it, no? It's just like get into the whole I don't know, world.
It's my turn. No, I hated those guys. They wished for death, and I brought it swiftly.
Fair, super fair. So I'm just gonna go ahead. This is gonna be just like a whole running segment, by the way. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're going for a ride. We're gonna go ahead and just drop down here. Gonna avoid the huge mutant bear. And just keep running. I believe there are some things I can grab here. There's a couple butterflies that we can grab real quick. Which I might be able to use for a weapon later if I do go for a boss elemental weapon. I probably won't, though, just because the base ones are just as good, to be fair. There's going to shortcut that we're going to grab in just a second here as well. We're just going to be running through here real quick. It's probably my least favorite area in the whole game, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very annoying, you know?
Also, everybody at home, if you're not following Domo on Twitch, you're making a serious error. And whatever isn't finished, since this challenge runs pretty long, whatever Domo doesn't finish on the show this evening, he will be finishing on his stream at some point, I think. Right, Domo?
Most likely, yeah. I'll definitely be doing the guard parry only run on my channel. So for people that want to see me
something
use...
even harder.
So yeah, something even harder, which is using the katana, which has a built-in guard parry, so I don't have to use Fable slots and get those timings right. But I can only use that move and that move alone, which definitely makes bosses way more difficult. And you have to literally learn every single move in the game, pretty much, to be able to perfect parry all of them. But it's very fun doing those types of challenges because, I don't know, the more you learn, the more you earn, right?
Okay.
You ever heard of that?
Anyway, let's get a shout out for Domo in the chat, and everybody follow this man. Bingo Brawlers finals this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow. Catalyst versus Nuclear Pasta Tom.
That's Elden Ring Bingo. It's a huge tournament that Domo, this is season 2. The production value's only ever going up. But season 2 of this Elden Ring Bingo lockout tournament that has a ton of big names. The finals are tomorrow on Domo's channel.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If I could do the shout out myself, I would, but I'm not a mod.
Nah, you're good. You're good. No worries. You saying it is enough for me.
Let's go!
Now I got this war bear chasing me down real quick, so I gotta be a little swift here and make sure I don't fall. I fell yesterday in practice, and that made me very sad. This is a little bit of a DS2, you know, the whole well thing.
Yeah.
Kind of fun, right? Gotta love that.
They even have like a silver cat ring in this game.
Yeah, and it's pretty useless, just like in DS2.
It is completely useless.
And here we are in the Malum district. And this is where we get to showcase kind of as to why I don't use throwables in this run, by the way. Because I know a lot of people are going to be asking probably, hey, if you're doing advanced, you're going to be using throwables, right? And no. I'm going to be keeping my money too, just in case, so I have enough. Hello, lady. We're just going to talk to them real quick. Just because. Lore, you know?
Yeah.
Run past all these carcasses. We're going to grab one more quartz here, and I'm going to have to quit out for that one because there is a little bit of an elite boss that is very mean that stops you from getting that. So I'll be going to quit out for that, open up the chest, and then continue on my merry way. Also, for some reason, this section has a malfunctioning, like, I don't know if it's a horn or if it's like a microphone, but it is the most annoying thing on the planet. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah, every part about their dialogue is so annoying.
There's like for the ambience, there's like a weird, or ambiance, as they say. They have like a malfunctioning like microphone that goes through speakers and just like shrieks in the distance. Drives me nuts every time. But yeah, this is the chest I was talking about. I'm going to kill this guy real quick because he will start swinging. And he's very annoying. So I'm going to grab this. That elite right there, as you see, is not going to notice us, which is really, really nice. We're going to grab this quartz and then just keep running.
You a Halo fan, Domo? You're not, right?
Well, I'm not a fan. I just don't. I don't know. I've never really played it and got into it.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm sorry, what was that question?
I don't know. You said elite. I was going to ask you to do an elite cry.
Oh, I don't know if I know what that sounds like. Can you do it for me first and I'll copy it?
No.
No?
No.
Is that the noise?
Yeah.
It sounded pretty good.
These guys in Halo, and they make silly little noises.
Kind of like the Woo guy in Sekiro.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I thank you. I think so. I don't remember exactly what the pitch is, but
Discord kind of killed it, but I heard about half of it.
Do you do a lot of impressions, Adolf?
I do.
What's your best one?
I would say I don't want to do it now because I don't know why, but my Smeagol / Gollum from Lord of the Rings is, I would say, pretty top notch. That, like, I have impressions where I think people who aren't very familiar with impression work would think they're pretty good, but they're actually just like fine. But that one is one where I'd be willing to go toe to toe with Andy Serkis. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, that's some big words.
I know. I don't think I could do the physical acting he does, but I can definitely do the Gollum voice. That's for sure.
Very nice, very nice.
If if everyone here follows Domo, I'll do it.
That's a lot. That's asking a lot, I feel like. No.
Well,
okay,
this is what they need.
A good old
need more
dink.
Domo content.
Oh, I'm fine.
I love speed noises.
I'm fine.
I do the same thing when I'm getting comment. I'm like, ooh.
It's the worst when you're like in the middle of a sentence, you know?
Mm-hmm. There's this clip of me. I'll find it and send it to you. It's from like 8 years ago or something. No, it was like 5 or 6 years ago. I'm speedrunning Mega Man X, and I'm in the middle of a sentence explaining a weapon in the game. And I almost die, and I go, and it's hilarious. Let me see if I can find it.
Very nice. By the way, for anyone that is curious, this is the best merchant in the game in the Malum district. He sells pretty much everything, and I'm going to show you as to why I don't use consumables. He sells all of them. And I'm going to be buying 3 of each for this fight, because you can only hold 3. So buckle up for this one. I got 2 of these, so I'll just do that, and then you only have 2 of these, which I should be fine. We'll see. Actually, no, I can sell some stuff. I'll sell something just so I can make sure that I have everything I need. There we go. And then I'll buy 1 more of these and 3 of these. There we go. Now I get to fill up my whole little belt here with all these different items, which is so much fun. Which the most important one is going to be the shot put. The shot put, the most broken item in the game. I am going to swap out the pipe, actually, for the acid, and then this for the lightning. That should be just fine. Hopefully this works out first try, by the way. Otherwise, I'm going to be very sad. I am going to go and actually level some more advance real quick. And I did do the strategy on no leveling, by the way, and it's still one-cycled, which is ridiculous. So even without upgrading any stats, you're still able to pull off the strategy, pretty much. That's pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and consume the last boss ergo that I have. And there we go. 31 advance so far. It's quite a lot. And it is Black Rabbit Brotherhood time.
Good luck.
Thanks. I don't know why I said it like that. Thank you.
That's okay.
I could swap out my healing for another item, but honestly, I don't know. Just in case, I'm going to keep it up. I did grab another armor piece that I could equip, and I'll do that in just a second here once I summon the Spectre. The one thing I like about this game, by the way, compared to other Souls games, is that you don't have to like wait for the Spectre to enter the arena or the summon to enter the arena. Once you enter the arena itself, the summon's already there. So they don't like hang out on the outside. So there we go. We activated that, and I was gonna do something, and I just forgot it. I forgore. I don't like that. What was I gonna do?
Found the clip.
Oh, never mind. We're gonna go in. All right, go ahead. And, I'll check. Send it to me. I'd love to see it, man.
Yeah, you can watch it another time.
I got you.
You seem to be busy right now. I don't know what that's about.
I'm just a little. So there we go. So the summon's gonna pull the aggro here. By the way, once I'm done running away like a little weenie, the summon's gonna pull all of the aggression here, and then I start throwing stuff, and that's all I do.
The throwables also they heat seek over to the guy, which is so nuts. Like you can throw them from anywhere, and they're like, oh well, there's where it's going.
Yep, pretty much. When I wait for the summon to pull aggro again. So this currently right now, as you can see, they're all kind of looking at me. So just to buy time for myself, there we go. I gotta be careful. He is currently burning, as you can tell, but he's almost dead already. Okay, I don't need that guy on my butt right now. Thank you very much. There we go. He's back on our Spectre here, and I'm gonna throw some rocks, and there we go. That's why we don't use throwables.
They're so good. It's actually nuts how good they are.
Yeah. Very, very silly.
I didn't know that they were good until I was really struggling with Romeo, and somebody was like, just use throwables, and I was like, okay. And then I beat him first try with throwables.
It is very, very silly how strong they are. And that's why I don't use them. That's one of my only golden rules of running this game is I will not use throwables because of that. Besides this run, because I want to get past this boss as fast as possible, and that's the best way of doing it, is by showcasing it. I'm going to grab our quartz right here. And then we move on to going back to Geppetto. I almost stuttered there. And then we get to go to King of Puppets, which is the Romeo boss that Adolf has been talking about.
Why don't we take our second break, Domo?
Sure.
Why don't we do our second break here?
Let me get to just to the hotel real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just, so that's like a nice little save station.
No worries.
Gotta go past the cube boy.
The cube boy!
Which is the most useless consumable in the game.
So I thought so too. But if you use summons, they're pretty good, actually.
Okay, true. Fair. But they're only good for summons. I think that's like the
Correct.
big problem, right?
Correct, yeah. And a lot of them, even then, are really useless.
Yeah.
Also, his voice also annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm John Joe. I hate that guy.
Hey, traveler. Like, it really sounds like, I don't know, like he's scared before you even show up.
I know he's doing an affectation because, like, you know, in the post-game credits, he's like, "What's up, guys?" Like, I get it, but...
We got to pet the cat, by the way.
Oh, the cat.
We have to pet the cat. Oh, okay. Well,
Cat doesn't like you very much.
cat's stupid. Let's go talk to Geppetto. Yeah, we can go on a break here then.
Okay, just let me know when.
I gotta talk to Mima, and I'll sit right here. We're gonna sit in the quartz chair, and we'll go break now.
Sit in the P organ chair.
Yep.
All right, gamers. Thank you so much for sticking around. We've got one more segment here, so don't go anywhere. We got more Lies of P coming up in just a second here. Stick around. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is Adef. This is Challenger Approaching. We're watching Lies of P Advance only by Captain Domo. Quick announcement before we get back into things. If you ever miss out on any Hotfix shows, including this one, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. Domo, get back into it.
Thank you, Adolf.
You're welcome.
Let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and just increase my healing real quick. Yeah, and get ready for King of Puppets, man. There's a little bit of a running segment. We do have White Lady to deal with, but we do get to fight one of the coolest bosses, I would say. The cutscene's fantastic in that fight, too. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly I'm looking for here. I'm going to go with lower damage, and then also I'm going to go ahead with, let's see here. Lower charge attack. Going for just more and more stamina reduction on my different actions, dodging and charge attacks. That way I can play around a little bit more with what I have for stamina when it comes to fights. And level on Sophia yet again. 35? 35. There we go. We're going to be using the electric coil again on King of Puppets because he is a puppet. Who'da thunk?
True.
And Eugenie just talking my ear off for a moment there. Oh. There we go. I should be able to upgrade this, actually, as well. Never mind. Aha, joke's on me. Wait, hold on. Actually, I can. Can I? Wait, do I have money? I do have a little bit of money. So I should be able to upgrade this to +5. And that will be really useful versus King of Puppets here. That is the wrong one. Never mind. I bought the wrong one. You know what? That's fine. You know, it's okay. We'll go with the +4. Don't even worry about it. I'm a little bit in shambles. Okay, so. That's the wrong way. Where am I going? Hey, Def, what's going on?
You're just having a good time.
I forgot. I have to talk to Meemaw, dude.
Oh, but of course, you got to talk to your grandma.
Yep. Do you go by Grandma, Meemaw, Nana?
We use grandma.
Grandma?
Yeah, the standard. You? Well, you're German, so it's probably different.
It's Oma.
Oma, yeah.
Yeah. Oma and Opa.
Cute.
Yeah, they like it too. That was kind of weird because like they're Americans, so for them it was a little bit different, but they started to like it more. Is there a language you'd like to learn, Adolf?
So I speak a good amount of French.
Mm-hmm.
But the two, I mean, you know, unsurprisingly, I think every anime nerd on the internet would like to learn Japanese, myself included. But for me, the language I've wanted to learn for the longest time and just have never gotten around to it, and I really want to just commit and do it, is American Sign Language.
Okay.
I have had several instances in my life, like 5 or 6, where knowing sign language would have made someone else's day 1,000 times easier. And it's just something I've always really wanted to do.
Fair. That is super fair. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool language to learn. Probably French. I think French is a very, very nice language. Besides that, probably like Korean. I think it was a fascinating language too. No comment? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I apologize. What did you say?
No, you're good. I said French and Korean, and I was just that silence. I was like, oh, bad picks.
Why Korean?
I don't know.
What's the impetus? It's a very pretty language.
That's probably just why. Like, I like the way it sounds. It flows nicely, you know.
It does flow nicely.
It's got a nice little flow to it, and
I guess I didn't ask why French, just because you grew up so near to France that it made sense to me that you would want to live or learn that. But Korean's a pretty cool language.
Yeah. No, I think they're both just like fascinating, very, very flowy languages.
It does also like, from what I have heard, Korean is not too bad to learn, at least in like the beginning stages. Oh, that's tough.
I'm sorry, what was that? Not too hard to learn in the beginning stages, you said?
So from what I've heard is that like the Korean alphabet is like phonetic. And from what I understand, it's not too tough of a language to pick up at the beginning. I don't know about getting proficient. I have no idea. But from what I can understand, I guess it's not like too tough in the grand scheme of like, especially Eastern Asian languages.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I think like Chinese is like one of the hardest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's several different like forms of Chinese, like traditional, simplified, Mandarin, Cantonese. Yeah, I think that it can be, especially with all the tone, like the intonation work in Chinese, I think it can be really tough.
How do you feel about babies?
What?
Because these babies are annoying. Look at these ones.
Oh, okay. I'll say, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, you don't like babies?
I'm fine about babies, I guess. Babies are cute.
Yeah, babies are alright.
I don't like the babies in this game. They're so tanky.
They are. They're for no reason, too, by the way. Very, very mean babies.
I don't know, Domo. How do you feel about babies?
I don't mind babies.
Domo,
They're pretty
this is our first date. What a question to ask.
Hey, you know, you got some stuff out of the way. You know, you gotta check. What the? There we go. Nice little hit. This lady can be very mean, and she will try and parry you at some point. So we're gonna try and actually break her weapon.
She's the final boss of every returns aisle in December. White lady.
Oh, she does stop our charged R2 there, which is pretty annoying. But we're gonna go ahead and go for these perfect parries, and at some point her weapon is gonna break, which makes her deal way less damage, but also reduces her range. I just have to be really careful.
My joke did not land at all. That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You want to say it one more time?
No.
No?
No. It had its moment and it didn't land, and that's okay.
Okay. Respectable. That really sucks. Trying to go for a rush smash there, and she just stabs me mid-animation.
You ever fence, Domo? Because this white lady seems to be fencing.
Ah.
Did you
No.
think I meant like the thing that separates backyards?
Yes.
No, I mean about like epee and saber.
No. I would have like the salamander dagger, but I don't have one to fence with her though, because that wouldn't be elemental.
I'm asking if you yourself have ever fenced.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Me neither.
I would like to. I think it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it seems neat.
You know, have a little
interesting how,
fun,
like-
lose an eyeball.
Yeah, it's a sport based around. Well, we don't really want to kill each other, so.
Yeah, it seems like a. I don't know. Would you consider it the same as like going bowling? How about you go fencing for like a moment? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think bowling is something you go to do with your pals that can be competitive, but fencing is pretty much only competitive, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nice backstep. Good start. I missed.
These two are having two completely different conversations at once. We really are.
You know, it's a bit of a talent.
Yeah, we're two talented guys. She can really teleport.
Yeah, she's like those kids in Fortnite that like build a house in like 3 seconds, where she just keeps spinning on you just to show off.
I've never played Fortnite, Domo.
Fortnite, get the town, tomato town.
Bust down Tomato Town.
Tomato town, get down.
Just wiped out, I think.
Tomato Town. Just Tomato Town over and over again. We'll go Tomato Town, bust down, wiped out Tomato Town.
Get down. Fortnite, Domo?
No.
Have you ever played Fortnite?
I have, like when it first released.
I've never played it.
When it first released, I played it, and then they kept on like introducing more and more like new weapons and stuff, and I got so out of touch with it where I was like, I don't even know what game I'm playing anymore. There's so many new things. I just did stop playing. You know, that's pretty much what happened.
You'll ever be a character in Fortnite, Domo?
That would be something. Probably no.
The Bingo Brawlers DLC.
That I think that getting a character in Fortnite is, I don't know, that's a pretty big achievement.
You've made it. You're on par with Thanos and Goku, so you must be popular. Or your company has a ton of money. These are the two.
There's something going on.
Does nobody know what advance only means in the context of this one? No, we do, I think, know what it means. And I will tell you. So basically, there are a bunch of stats you can level up in this game to make yourself stronger or more durable or whatever. And advance is the only one Domo's allowed to level in this run. So that's it. It's a stat that usually, like, boosts elemental weapons.
Having a little bit of a hard time with White Lady.
Yeah, so does every customer service rep in the
I
holidays.
was just about to make that same joke, man.
Okay, well,
This is why we're
just the
soulmates.
same joke. It's basically the same joke I made 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of problems with White Lady.
What a rough start to this segment. But at the very least, you know, once we get past this, we get to King of Puppets very quickly. That's nice.
That's true. The distance between this boss and King of Puppets is pretty short.
Yeah. And we can just do balcony skip on top of that, so we can get to that boss fight right away. Shuffle a little bit of a cool skip. I don't like to do skips, but that's a pretty fun one. Stib stab and the blib blab right there.
Change weapons? I see.
We did. I went for the fire here instead because I do think I can proc that a little bit faster than I can the electric. So just to make it a little bit easier and having that burn, because in case she keeps going on a stabbing spree, she still takes damage over time rather than me not being able to punish her as often as I like.
Right.
The 10% debuff is not really going to come into play as much as I'd like. As you can tell, she's very annoying. And she just parried me. That's fun. Hey, look, terrain. Hey, lady! All right, here we go. Anytime now. Okay, well, not like that. That's rude. If I can break her weapon, we're just fine, you know? That's the big thing that we're aiming. That's the thing that we're aiming for here. Is breaking that weapon, or maybe just getting a cheeky backstab. But either way, she's being mean. What do you think is the most annoying NPC in Souls games? I feel like Patches doesn't count for that though.
No, Patches doesn't count. Oh gosh, I don't know.
Okay. Her weapon's about to break. I can tell you that much. Okay.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to come up with topics just to buy time. You got anything?
No, we're gonna sit in silence until you beat White Lady.
Oh, wow, that's...
Yeah, we're just gonna sit in silence until you
do me
beat
like
this
that.
fight.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair? I guess that's fair.
This is what you atone. This is your atonement.
Walk of Atonement.
Ye olden walk of atonement. Yar.
If you want to ascend, you have to pass the White Lady.
I don't know. Who do you think is the most annoying NPC in the Souls franchise?
Probably Half-Light. Like, who does schmuck think he is? You know what I mean? Just like hanging out in a church and then calls for backup twice. Like, what is that all about? What's the deal with Half-Light?
What's the deal with Half-Life? There's my Jerry Seinfeld. I try it about once a year, and it's always bad.
What's the deal with Half-Light?
What's the deal with Half-Life? Still can't do it.
Oh, what the? Okay, I didn't get the backstab there because her elbow was blocking me, so that's fun. Is there a sport that you think you'd be naturally good at if you just started doing it? She hits like a truck. Jesus.
I started playing volleyball like a year or two ago, and I think I have a more of a natural talent than any of the other sports I played in my youth, so I really think I probably should have just played volleyball.
Volleyball is cool.
I love volleyball a lot.
Okay, winnable.
one backstab, winnable.
Hey, just let me hype myself up, okay? I'm having a hard time.
I think you'd be better off going for backstabs than the broken weapon, because look, I don't want to style on you, Domo, but the amount of perfect parries has been low.
No, I agree. But do you see like how hard it is to get a backstab here?
It is. She just is always moving.
She's moving and grooving here.
She also has like 1,000 iframes when she dodges. Oh my god. 2 perfect parries. 2.
Uh-oh. You had to say something. You had to. Oh, baby. Who? Dude, if I get stuck on this for the rest, I'm going to be so sad, dude. I really want to show King of Puppets, man. This will be the most depressing...
You're not going to get stuck. Stop.
Debut.
Stop this mindset that it's all gone to hell and nothing's going to... This is bad,
It's Jover.
Okay? It's not Jover. It's Joe beginning, okay? It's Joe beginning.
I need the Biden blast, White Lady. Oh, this is brutal.
Oh my god.
I'm having a little bit of struggle. You know, Joe misses the podium. I miss the backstabs. Like, I don't know. We're two peas in a pod. You know what I mean?
I think I would get along swimmingly with Joe Biden.
I'm just riding the struggle bus for a moment here. There we go. There we go. Okay.
Great game.
We're fine.
What? You had no health.
Yeah, I got the streamer bonus. Oh, we're fine. Can you stop that? Dude, she turns into like a Beyblade. Okay. All right. That's just rude. Oh, okay. That was a misinput. Okay. You see what I mean? That's why I don't swing. For anyone that's like, hey, Dom, how about you just R1? How about I don't? Because that's what happens. I gotta be careful. Oh, this is not good. This is bad news, Billy Bears. Oh, yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. All right. We're gonna do something which is called the ring around the rosy.
Pocket full of posies.
Ashes, ashes.
We all fall down.
Oh! I mean, I was intentional.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
How does she... She
Right?
has so many iframes.
I mean, she is a white lady.
What?
I don't know.
It really is. This boss, I think, is evidence enough that they did not think P-Organ would be funny because they probably had no idea that it's hilarious.
I didn't. It is kind of interesting to think how they came up with some of the even like Dark Souls 3 or even just Dark Souls in general. They sometimes have like weird names or the way they name things. I don't know. Just
Brimgall of the Frimjo.
seems like they just come out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. It's always so interesting.
Some of the names feel like maybe they're supposed to be meaningful, but like I don't know who Glimrod the Destroyer is, but here he is, etc.
Hello, everybody.
Is that Glimrod the Destroyer?
I'm Glimrod the Destroyer.
Dude, I love that they gave him voice acting.
All right, here we go. This is the one. Okay, you know what?
It's not the one. It might still be the one.
That's fine.
Her attack really does just appear.
It's half my health, like one hit. It's crazy.
It's almost like this is a challenge run or something.
Yeah. Stop moving. Thank you.
You know, you could always just use consume.
Oh! New tech!
Oh, that should have been a backstab.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. Yo, pause. Pausing and chanting.
Running around her is better than dodging her.
I think you're right.
That's what I did in my casual playthrough.
This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, running around her, I think, is
Yo, baby game for babies.
I'm telling you, dude, running around her is so easy.
That's the dumbest thing. There we go. All planned, guys. All planned. I'm gonna grab this butterfly down here real quick.
Nice book, yo.
Thanks. I wrote it myself.
What's it about?
It's about Rosa Isabella Street, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Which is where we're at right now. It's kind of crazy. There's my extra crescent moonstone, by the way, that I need for that +5 coil. You can grab the dancer blade here, by the way, which is not a bad weapon at all, but we're not going to use that. But for anybody that is looking to get all the weapons, there is one right there in that chest. We do get, thankfully, another stargazer here, so we can at least heal and get our flasks back. And then we just have a little bit of a running segment, and then we're at King of Puppets. Thank God.
Thank God. Thank him. Thank him.
All right. I've been working on my Christopher Walken, man, but I still have a little bit of a hard time with that.
Do you? I can give you some pointers.
Ow. Okay. Oh, okay. You see what I'm talking about? Whatever. Oh my God. What?
Oh boy.
What are these puppets? I can't right now.
No.
I can't right now. No, it doesn't count.
Dude.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Oh, no.
Hey, no, what I lack for Christopher, I have for Kermit. You know what I mean?
Can you do Kermit? I can do Miss Piggy if you want to do Kermit. Miss Piggy.
Kermit the Frog here. How's it going there, Edith? Are you having a good time? Are you having a good, as they say, a good Friday? Maybe a good weekend. How are you doing there, Miss Piggy?
I've never tried saying anything other than just Kermit.
Well, one gave it away.
Was it that I just said,
I'm grabbing that shortcut here real quick, just in case.
Oh, boy.
And then we're going to get to the good old opera house and not get shot by this guy. Oh, okay. Never mind.
You should heal.
I don't.
Yeah, all right. I'm trying to backseat here, okay?
Excuse me. No, we're going to run down here and grab these other shortcut real quick as well, because make it easier on myself. Why not? Then we run past...
Sorry, go ahead.
What? Huh?
Oh, well, somebody in chat was saying that my Miss Piggy sounded like Scooby-Doo or Yoda, but I'd just like to counter by saying that you would know if I was doing Scoob. I like doing, my favorite bit on stream to do is Shaggy and Scooby discuss current events completely seriously, as if they have a lot of knowledge on like things. So like, for instance, like Scoobs, like who do you think's gonna be the Speaker of the House? And then Scooby would say something like,
I'll tell you who's the Speaker of the House.
I tell you, are we working hours here?
That's how it works. That's how you. That's how you bring in the people.
When Scooby's not on camera, he talks like his normal self. Are you actually fighting this guy?
No, I'm just. I was
All
trying
right.
to, and then he just was a boob.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But we're gonna go ahead and upgrade, and then I'll just run through the orchestra here. Also, we can't use abrasives, by the way, for anyone that's wondering, because we're using elemental weapons. They already have an element on them that deals damage, so we can't put more element on the element because the game says so. I'm not sure if anyone asked about that, but I just thought I'd point that out. I can't see chat.
You could if you wanted to.
Nah, that's fine. That's all good.
Okay.
I'm going to go for a +5 coil and go into King of Puppets.
King of Puppets.
Elle de King, elle de Puppets.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sacre bleu.
Okay.
Electric coil.
Boy.
Do I have a trader key? I don't think I do. So I'm not gonna worry about that.
When I go to France
Mm.
and speak French, it's interesting. People in Paris think I'm from Germany. Like, they think that my French accent sounds like a German person speaking French.
Mm.
But that means that they actually take me seriously, which is nice. Whereas a lot of Americans who speak French in France, Parisians will just like ignore them or speak English immediately. But they actually speak French back to me, but then they just tell me that I sound like I come from Germany, which is weird.
That is weird.
I don't know what that's about. All my French teachers were French, so I don't really know where it's coming from, but...
Here's a little balcony skip. We're gonna run on here and then hop. And I screwed it up. Let's try it again. And up. And we do it again. And up. And we quit out. Because the lady is right behind me. And she's mean. Little spider lady.
Quit outs in my challenge run.
Doing the best I can.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. It's tough, man. Skips
It
are
is-
hard.
It's a hard game.
Hard game be hard.
It do.
Would have been cool if I did it first try, but you know.
It's okay.
It do it be a be.
That's right. Is this game at AGDQ? This game was not out when the game submissions opened, but there is a second submissions period that will open in late November, I think. And people will probably submit it then.
That was a cool skip, I swear. Oh my.
You having fun yet?
It's fine. It's fine. Give me. I did it first try yesterday. Let me just point that out real quick, okay? The nowhere's no. This is terrible. That should have been it. You know, I kind of feel like Sisyphus right now.
You feel like Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill?
Yeah, but instead I'm trying to do a jump.
Do a jump in Lies of P.
I might just have to run all the way around, which really sucks because I don't want to do that. That should have been it. I don't understand.
He doesn't understand.
I don't understand. That is a sturdy balcony.
I've been trying to jump on this thing for hours.
I actually don't know what is going on. I've never had.
How long does it take to run around?
Never. It does. You know, just.
Oh, it went
Baby game for babies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Baby
Let's
game for
absolutely go.
babies.
Domo told me that he wanted to show off King of Puppets. So this will be the last boss of the evening.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow Domo on Twitch. But we're gonna see, because Domo claims to be, I believe, a King of Puppets specialist, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Or am I just pulling things out of thin air here?
No, I agree. For the most part. Also, this is like a really cool cutscene, by the way. For people that don't know, this is a full-on foreshadowing of the whole game. where you are the one sitting in the chair. That's you. And then Geppetto takes your heart out and puts it into another puppet. And that's literally what the end of the game is all about, is he wants to take the heart out of the player and put that into Carlos. So the King of Puppets is pretty much telling you what's going to happen if you trust your own dad.
Never trust your own dad, okay?
Yep.
That's the
Especially with your heart.
The moral of this story. If your father comes up to you and requests, and this has happened to more people than I can count. If your father comes up to you and says, "Hey, Dom, I need your heart." Don't say yes.
Just say nah.
Just say, "Nah, I'm okay, Dad. Anyway, you want to go get some burgers?"
Dad, why you acting so goofy?
You acting so goofy asking for my heart. Stop that, Dad. Just go get a beer and watch the ball game.
Should I get a
Wait, you're
stagger
actually
here?
doing nutty damage.
Yeah, like I said, he is a puppet.
Yes.
There. I don't know if you remember, but I said he's a puppet.
I don't know if you can read, but
All right, so phase 2 here. And here's the nice little thing about phase 2 Romeo, by the way. He's a puppet.
he is.
But besides that, also, he has a weakness of you dodging to the left. So all you got to do is look at him, be like, "Hey, what up, Romeo?" Okay, well, not like that. Okay, you know what? So
It seems like it didn't work. Is what it seemed like to a casual observer.
no, you want to do that because you boost his moral, you know. Morale.
Yeah, I wasn't going to
Morale.
say anything. I wasn't going to say anything.
You know, I'm foreign. I might not sound
I'm
like it.
Foreign.
I'm foreign.
I'm foreign.
Foreign. I don't know, one of those.
I'm from Texas. I'm foreign. Yeah. Well, you know what? I liked phase 1 of this boss. I did not like phase 2 of this boss.
Respectable. Very respectable, I would say. I'm gonna go for some perfect parries here to fill up my Fable bar. To make it a little bit easier. And then make sure I can go for that rush smash afterwards. If he does his yelling, by the way, you can run behind him and get some free hits in, which really does help. Oh, big move.
Oh.
Big man. Go for a charged R2 here. There we go. We can go for a charged R2 again into that juicy R1. Oh, I did miss that. A little bit of a bummer. Do have to run away here, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, let me back hop out of here real quick. We hug real close. We don't get hit. Phase 2. There we go. All right.
Nice.
And then back off a little bit. We'll heal. And then just run around. Hit him with an R2. I am going to buff my weapon here. And yeah, just dodge to the left. And he can't, like, for some reason, redirect his attacks. So we just go ahead and just do that. And then a couple more R2s. I mean, R1s, I should say. And then go for a charged R2. Go for that riposte. There we go. We're going to go for another charged R2 here. Oh, that is not great. And rush smash. There we go. Electric coil at its finest.
That was clean as hell.
Thank you. The difference between doing it and not doing it.
It's been said.
And that is doing it. That is good old King of Puppets there for you. And advanced electric coil on Romeo, which is very powerful, as I mentioned. But yeah, there you go.
Well, nice. I'd like to thank, obviously, we just don't have time this evening. It's a limited show slot to do the whole run. It's a tough challenge run. But please do follow Captain Domo on Twitch. Domo, any final words, any shout-outs?
Any shout-outs? Shout-outs to Adif for bringing me on the show. Really, really appreciate that. For people that don't know Adif, but you probably do, please go check out his stream, though, too. He's really cool. Besides that, Bingo Brawlers Finals. So if you do like bingo type content, if you've seen like Super Mario 64 type of bingo or Legend of Zelda bingo, we are doing Elden Ring bingo. There's a whole tournament behind it, and the finals are tomorrow on my channel. So you're more than welcome to stop in and check that out too. But that's it.
Appreciate the shout out, Domo. Yeah, check out Bingo Brawlers. It's a good time. Finals are going to be hyped tomorrow. Everybody, thank you so much for watching Challenger Approaching. This is not the end of the hotfix content tonight. First of all, announcement. GDQ is hiring. If you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. And gamers, that's it for Challenger Approaching. Up next, we have a one-off special event hosted by our very own church. So be sure to stick around. There's more hotfix content coming up right after this. This is not the end of the evening. Do not adjust your sets. We'll be right back, but that's it for me and Domo. Take care, everybody.